So I attempted to do what no one expects me to do. Okay, I'm an adult and I like to believe that I'm dealing with adults. So I decided that this go around, if the folks that reside above my son play those same games, their regularly scheduled program of doing spell work around starting at 11:30 ish p.m. Central Standard Time, because it's a routine of, I mean, they're doing shit all day, but they have like a pattern of doing certain things at certain. So, but I'm not letting it really bother me or my son for the most part. But I did decide that I was going to basically shake up some things in a professional manner, no doubt, at least for the intensive purposes of the powers that be, to that extent, okay, for them. But that I was going to be an adult, because in an ideal world, as an adult, let's say this was just normal circumstances. Let's pretend like they not up there doing weird shit. Let's pretend like this is not a cult. Let's pretend like it's just folks that are just noisy and disruptive, like they party or whatever. Just let's pretend like they're just otherwise normal, okay? And there's no relations, anything of that nature, nothing weird. And this noise was consistently going on past the quiet hour. In those incidences, we would be told to try to see if you can, be if it can get resolved as an adult. Of course, you don't want to go up to anybody's door, bamming on it like you're the police. You don't want to, go up there and be all up on the door as if you were, going to try to snatch them up or something. And you definitely want to have your voice in a monotone type of a vibe so that they don't feel like you are coming there yelling, screaming, cussing, doing the things that would imply that you're about to try to do something to them. Okay? So you would be encouraged to go up to whatever said neighbor or person, knock on the door, create a safe distance. So knock on it and step back. Be within eyes length to where they can see you easily and visibly. And, knock on the door in a normal fashion of knocking and see if they would come out and see what kind of dialogue. So I attempted to do that, and I did it with my recorder, and the recorder is much like with Beaumont Police. They have recorders on their bodies now because, to cover themselves as well as to cover the citizens, just so, so that all of that is recorded. Okay, that it's seen, and it's as simple as that. To try to eliminate hearsay. Or they said you did this, and they said you said that, and they said, you came off like this, and they said that. So I did something very similar. I was going to submit to Beaumont Police, but I thought, well, I don't even think I want to do that anymore. I have some other reports going in some other government entities. But because of what I've been seeing as of late with Beaumont Police, it's leading me to believe that I can't say it's every officer, but it's leading me to believe that there's a strong possibility that they are involved, which is one of the reasons why he's on that stuff. Oh, man. What is, okay, because Darrell, because hold on. It's okay. He's got that bag on. He's Darrell, it's okay. Cats go through that at midnight, and he's got the bag on his neck. Okay, but he's okay. It's okay. I'll help him. It's okay. I'll help him in a second because I'm not going to be long here. It's okay. Um, he probably scared himself because he got caught up in the bag. Anyway, okay. So as I was saying, since I have a strong suspicion based on some of the recent events that Beaumont police might very well be involved. Okay. So I decided, why bother? This might be a whole baiting tactic in and of itself to have me continuing to call Beaumont police. And it's just not even really that. All they're going to do is be quiet when they sense Beaumont police, when their people text them that the police is out there. And as long as they're in here, they'll be quiet. And then when the officers leave, they'll be back at their normal noise making and spell casting. Okay. So, but I was trying to say it in a way, like to you all right now, like pretend like all the other weird shit's not happening. And like Beaumont police, I went up there with my phone, with the camera on, because again, if the way these people have been acting, I don't know what they're up to. They're sprinkling stuff, putting garbage, doing all sorts of stuff to my son's unit. I don't know what they're on. I don't know what they could have tried to throw out their window or whatever. So I kept, out the door. I'm sorry. I don't know what these people are on. I don't know what's going on with their minds. Okay. So so I stepped back and knocked on the door and had the recorder on, and then I did a commentary. And the reason why I did the commentary, because I wanted it for my records, because this person has had a pattern of trying to trap me up to look like I'm doing something to them when I've caught them, or at least one of them, because I don't know who all is up there and what all they're doing together with their cult, their group, their clique, or whatever. Okay. But as I mentioned before, in times past, it came to my attention that they attempted to call the cops on me. And once I found out about that, I was kind of like, on what premise? On what premise? Um, so this is why I'm extra cautious with that, because I already know what they're all doing. Keep doing the noise, and hopefully maybe she'll eventually snap, and then we can make it look like she's stalking you. We can make it look like she's harassing you. We can make it look like she's threatening you. This, I can see straight through it. That's why I had the recorder on, so that my voice was heard, so that the camera is showing the distance I had between their door. It showed how I knocked on the door. It showed me walking upstairs. It showed me standing with the distance waiting to see if they would answer. So if they would have answered, the dialogue would have been on camera. But the whole point is that I would have asked them. That would have been the opportunity to be like an adult instead of childish games. It would have been the opportunity. So for me to say, okay, it's a little bit, you all are making a little bit of extra disruptive noise there, and I've been kind of patient, and it's late, and I'm trying to get my son to get ready to rest, and it's very loud and disruptive. It sounds like you all are moving furniture. It sounds like you're literally stomping for hours. Do you mind? Because I was told that after quiet hours, that's not supposed to be going on. See, that's adult. Because see, they're doing chaos spells right now. I know exactly. I know the energy. I can sense it. I can feel it. I know what's going on. I'm not worried about it. I'll deal with that. It's weak. It's weak and it's sad. They're doing spells, sending energy, even if they're just projecting negative stuff to my son. They're sad. These people are sad. I'm not worried about it. I'll deal with that. As you all can hear, I'm quite calm. They didn't take me seriously, and they still don't. But that's okay too. The reason why I came on here to do this live is because I know exactly the kind of trickster Ursula C. witch low key bullshit they keep trying to pull. So any of you out there, this is Beaumont, Texas. This is the kind of stuff that is going on in Beaumont, Texas, Southeast Texas. Those of you all who are not, who are, ends up seeing this and you're not involved and know what's going on, this is going on in Southeast Texas, Beaumont, Texas, Delta Manor. But it's going on beyond Delta Manor. This is something far larger. But they're doing stuff right now. My son is pacing, but that's because they're sending chaotic energy. And yeah, this is the kind of people, this is the kind of people that they have as residents. That is willing to harass disabled people and vandalize disabled people's units. And to stomp past the quiet hours because of whatever is going on up in their skull and whatever deals they got going on with the devils of the town. This is what's happening here, and these people who have glowing testimonies of excellence, members of society. These are people who, um, yeah, like I said, some of them are church going folks, some of them aren't. These are people who have connections with my ex, possibly. Well, not possibly, they do. My ex, uh-huh. My son's previous landlords. Mm-hmm. My relatives. These are people that are possibly aiding and abetting not only my relative, but maybe some other people who are in trouble. Accessory. And they routinely do this. And I'll share this with y'all, but I'm doing it in this way because you all need to hear me. You need to hear me this way. Because in the past, they have been able to just trigger me, get me, high gear, reactive mode, angry, volatile, all that. When I say volatile, I mean just voicing, expressing, not volatile in terms of physical. Though, I'm going to say this, I don't make threats. I told them to stop doing spells I told them all that it was suggested that they stop doing spells on me and my son, and they have failed to listen. I don't make threats.